Alright, so straight off the back of last episode, we're in exactly the same position. We recorded the outro 2 seconds ago. So today's a bit of a funny one. The clouds are starting to come over and it looks like it's going to be raining. We're getting the sort of after effects of the cyclone. We're nowhere near it, but the wind's playing havoc, the rain's playing havoc, and quite a few of the gorges are shut down, unfortunately. So we're going to go check out one and I think spend some quality time down in Joffre Gorge.
Yeah.
And see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully they're not all shut down, but it looks like we'll be getting some thunderstorms.
Yeah, so tomorrow we're hoping to do Dale's Gorge area, and there's a few out there like Fern Pool, I can't remember the others, but
been on the list for a while.
Yeah, fingers crossed we can still get out.
Regardless, this area is beautiful. The gorge today is going to be stunning, so let's go down there now. Libby's just made the boldest claim. What's your claim?
I make the best coffee in Australia.
The whole of Australia. This is Libby talking. The one without any ego.
Well, I really haven't had a better coffee than this.
Rates herself. We're back riding through Karijini National Park. We've left our Eco Lodge campsite. We had a decision this morning whether to ride 40 k's along the dirt road to check out another couple of smaller gorges, or to get back on the bitumen and start making our way out of the national park. We had a lot of rain last night and we're about to get some thunderstorms. You might be able to see the clouds building behind us. Thunderstorms all day today and part of tomorrow, so a lot of them are closing down. And it rained last night, so the dirt road was pretty sketchy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we thought we had such an unbelievable experience in the last couple of days with our gorges. We didn't want to overdo it and start to blend them all together. So quality over quantity, I think, was what we were thinking.
Yeah.
And the ride itself today is absolutely stunning. These mountains behind us are really, really breathtaking. We've got some on either side and we're just sort of following them around. So we're just taking our time today with the ride. It's only 27 degrees. Which means we don't have to stop for 6 hours in the middle of the day, and we've got a lot more riding time.
Yeah.
So we're taking our time, we're having shorter stops and having some coffees, and just enjoy the national park while we're here. So we'll be riding out of it by the end of the day and starting to make our way toward Port Hedland. Also, I hope you're appreciating how much restraint we've shown not adding in gorge-based puns into the last few days. We've tried very, very hard. Could have been talking about things being gorgeous, something being engorged. We could have made a reference to Gorge Costanza. So much restraint. Not a worry. Thanks very much. my God.
So yesterday's ride ended up being a very, very wet one. It rained most of the day, like absolutely pouring, wasn't it?
Bucketed it.
We were having like the trucks and the cars come past and just absolutely spray us.
Yeah.
It was not ideal.
But nice to be cold after 2 weeks of 40 plus degrees.
Yeah. It was quite refreshing.
Yeah, it was cool. We actually got quite cold, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had to put our puff jackets on and everything towards the end.
And pants.
Yeah, when we got to camp.
So camp, we pulled in, we knew there was a shelter. We were riding towards that. And we pulled in and there was another couple there that were in their full drive with a rooftop tent. And we chatted with them for most of the night, didn't we? So Ray and Georgia from Barbados, which was pretty cool. They had some really interesting stories about organic farming and kind of what their trip's been for them. Doing some woofing and learning more about that process, which was really interesting to share with them.
Yeah.
We did a little bit of watercolour, we had katsu curry for dinner, and then we tucked in nice and dry under the shelter. We were a little bit concerned that we might get flooded in because it rained all night.
Yeah.
But it was fine. It kind of drained away.
Yeah.
And then up early this morning.
Yeah, so we woke up nice and early. We had to put on wet clothes, wet socks and shoes and shirt, which was not ideal. But hit the road again and was just treated to the most stunning ride of the trip, I think.
Yeah.
A drop down from Karijini National Park. Oh my goodness, it was so spectacular, wasn't it?
Just breathtaking.
It was so spectacular. Those red cliffs, and then just a straight descent. Liv was saying that the drop down from into Port Augusta was probably the best ride of the trip, but in terms of the scenery, that was
by far
the best. So that was cool. And then we kind of had this turn. The laptop played up when we got to the Roadhouse. We ended up spending $100 on food at the Roadhouse without realising it, just because it was so expensive. So that was a huge hit.
Yeah.
And then we just started talking to a couple of truckies, and they were just saying it's about to get pretty serious out here with the road trains. There's quite a few mines out here from here to Port Hedland. So they were saying get a lift if you can, because it's going to be hairy. They're back out to four-carriage road trains now.
Yeah.
So it got serious for a while. We just had to have constant communication between us, talking back and forth, and then
jumping on and off the road.
And then I just busted 2 spokes within half an hour, which was super deflating. So we just had a tough day, didn't we?
Your sunnies.
Oh, and my sunnies, a truck whipped my sunnies off. And then another road train came and just crunched them on the gravel, so I lost my sunnies. So
yeah, it was just a bit of a deflating day.
Yeah, it was. But we've got to camp. The spokes have been tough because it's on the drive side, which means we can't swap it out without a special tool. So I've actually taken out one of the spokes from the front wheel and then had to bend it to get it in to the back, which isn't ideal, but the spokes kept on busting where the original one was busted around that area. So we just had to reinforce it, take some weight off the back of the bike, and we'll see if we can get to Port Hedland.
Yeah,
but I think from Port Hedland we'll probably have to take a bus to Broome, just so we can get to a bike shop and get the whole thing checked out and some new spokes put in and all of that.
Yeah, but it was good problem solving. You worked around it really well.
Yeah, we got the bush mechanic job done.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the end of the day, we had a beautiful start.
Yeah,
and we rode 120 k's, so still good for the legs. Just get these days and work through it. And at the end of the day, we're still in a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
And can't really complain, to be honest, can we?
No, we can't.
Yeah. So next 2 days, we're going to be riding towards Port Hedland, more road trains. The views are getting less picturesque.
Yeah.
So we just get the job done, have fun with each other. We do some watercolors and stuff and keep ourselves entertained off the bikes, but On the bikes, it'll be a bit of a grind, so there'll probably be a little bit less scenery taking for a little bit until we get to Broome, and then it's back out into some tropics.
Yeah.
All right, so it's been a couple of days since we've filmed. I think two days since we last filmed. We did make it into Port Hedland. We limped in. Our bikes just made it. The spokes and a more constant grinding of my bottom bracket means that we're a bit nervous about the bikes at the moment. They're overdue for a big service, and there's no bike shops in town. The ride itself was pretty tough. We were counting the road trains. There was 45 per hour of just the four trailer trains.
Yeah, not pleasant.
Every time they came through, we had to get off the road and then start that momentum back up again with our heavy bikes. So
took a lot of energy.
Yeah, and we ended up doing 160 k's on the ride in, which was a personal best for us, but we were absolutely exhausted and just wanted to get that road done.
Yeah.
So the bikes aren't ready to do the next stretch. It's a big 600k stretch with only 2 roadhouses, 2 water stops in between, and a very dry barren section. So we don't want to take the risk. So the trick's been over the last couple of days trying to figure out how to get to Broome, get our bikes to Broome so we can get to the bike shop and get them serviced, because we've been a bit stuck. So we've managed to sort a lift with the bikes yesterday. They went up with a guy called Jim, who's here at this golf course caravan park that we're at. And then we're getting a lift tomorrow with someone local who's heading up to Broome for work, and we'll meet up with our bikes again and get the bikes in and chill out in Broome for a little bit.
Yeah, but it's been really nice hanging out here. We've had some forced downtime, so we've been doing heaps of reading and catching up on the news and watching some stuff. James has been binge watching the Bourne movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really nice, really pleasant actually. Much better than it could have been. We could have been stranded somewhere horrible.
Yeah. I think generally Port Hedland's, I mean, a big mining town, quite dusty and dry and not much going for us generally. But we're at a beautiful golf course. It's nice and green. We're in the shade.
Yeah.
We've got nice cool water, and we've had some great chats with our neighbours in the caravans passing through. So, yeah, it's been a sweet stop. So, off to Broome tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll probably stay there for a day or two just to get the repairs done, and then we're off again on the road. And the next stretch looks really cool. So, yeah, a nice short episode today with some pretty tough riding in between and a lot of head down stuff, but setting ourselves up for the next couple of weeks. So,
So we'll see you in Broome next episode.
That's it.